everybody. Welcome on in. So, just before we start everything, to make sure it all sounds good, we're going to do an audio check. So, morning, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am great. For some reason, 10 o'clock seemed like a great time to do a podcast. And then I woke up and was like, why did I do 10 o'clock?
Oh, why did we do that to ourselves? But it's fine. It's cool.
Okay, so everybody, how did the audio sound? I like I mentioned yesterday, I had to update OBS, so some things broke, some things didn't break, and I had to readjust things.
I hope
So,
I speak. Hope they sound.
yes, I was like, I want to make sure morning sounds good. A little OBS oops.
Just a little.
But does she sound good? Do you guys hear her just fine? Audio on her end, great. Oh, and Kevin Knight, hello. Both audio good. Thank you, Care.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, so we are good to hop on in. So, we are officially on air with Corsair. Hello, everybody. Um, I am Chanzlyn or Chance, and also Lucky. You guys probably know me as the Corsair Captain, as we've dubbed myself. I run both the Discord and the subreddit for Corsair, and I also stream every Wednesday. So today we have the fantastic Morniiing, who I'm sure you guys have now seen on Monday mornings on our
Mhm.
Twitch channel. So, Morniiing, how are you?
I'm doing good. Well, I'm Morning, also known as Caehlin. I am the manager of social media and community at Corsair. So if you've ever interacted with the Corsair social channels, with the exception of TikTok, it's me. Um, yeah, it's been good.
What
Doing
games
good.
have you been playing lately?
The new season of Marvel Snap just started, so of course I've picked it back
Ooh.
up again. A lot of cool new cards and a lot of new variants. So it's been good. I'm excited to play this season.
I've been waiting for the new season to start to try to get back into it. I haven't played it in like 4 or 5 months, so I'm
Oh
very
man,
far behind in terms of all
yeah,
of the things that have changed.
so many new cards and a lot of new changes. It's definitely very interesting. Been enjoying it a lot though so far.
No, that's awesome. You're late. Like you're not late. We literally just started. You're good. Everybody's good. But I did see somebody in the audience mention like what's on the menu today. So today we're actually going to be talking about Computex, all things Corsair at Computex. We have quite a bit of announcements in terms of everything that's been going on, and so we thought it'd be fun to kind of go through it with everybody and gather any feedback and questions you guys already have, so we can kind of relay them to the right teams and potentially do more episodes as these products come out at a different time. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and transition to the other screen because this time we're going to try to include some visuals for you all. So let's pop on over. And we're here. I know, we transitioned, we moved, it was so fast. Okay,
Crazy.
okay. So, Computex. I've been
Hmm.
excited about Computex. We've been holding this information for a long while now. I was
Hmm.
telling people in stream the other day that I was like, yo, you have no idea how long and how hard it's been to keep this information to ourselves. What was it? We were talking where I thought it was so funny. So somebody had mentioned a few different products,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, and you guys are so like intense at just like what is the word I'm wanting to use? Just the way you guys really pay attention to the things we say, even if we don't mean anything by it. It's the way that you guys are able to make connections with what it is we're saying.
Hmm.
So like I had talked about somebody had sussing out, yes, thanks, Care.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because somebody was like, oh, I wish that Corsair would make their own like cable light strips. And I was like, yeah, I wish that too. And then a bunch of people were like, oh, what does that mean? I'm like, what do you mean? What does that mean? I just agree with you guys. I think we should make our own light strips. Like, that's it.
I'm not insinuating anything at all or anything, but
And then,
accidentally maybe.
yeah. And then what was it that you said on your stream that somebody else like was
Oh, the AIO. I think it was quirky. made a joke about like a lot of cool stuff is coming to Computex, and Corky was like, so a new AIO, and I was like, what?
What?
Maybe, maybe
No.
not. Like, I just said cool stuff, not necessarily cooling things, but
I know. I was telling Morniiing that I was like, I'm never talking to anybody ever again. I cannot say anything because everything will be a hint in some way, whether or not I mean for it to be. Okay, so before we just kind of, you did not say AO, you said cooler, but
cooler.
still,
Well, to me, I interpreted it as AIO, but I knew what you'd bet. I know.
It was funny. It was funny. I was like, we're so close. We're so close to the finish
They're
line.
right
We
there.
can't admit to anything. And it's especially dangerous when we're on stream because you can see our face. So it's like, yeah.
Gotta get a good poker face to not let them know.
Yep. Okay. So we kind of have a general like list of the things we're going to go through, so that way we don't get too wildly out of hand. But I expect that the conversations will kind of go all over the place because, as I mentioned, we don't necessarily have all of the answers to share. We're more or less just kind of going through what we have announced, highlighting some things about it, asking for your general feedback and questions. So that way we can do further streams to kind of go into more of the nuances and details of these products. So feel free to ask questions in the chat, and we will see what we can answer, or we'll let you know if we'll try to find the answer. So the first thing that I thought would be really fun to talk about, which is also the first thing listed on our Computex website, which you guys can type !Computex into chat, and it'll bring up the link for both this and the Explore Articles page, but is the Corsair Custom Lab. So this has been something that we've been holding real close to our hearts for quite some time. Corky, I'm gonna ban you for like 3 minutes.
I always have to do the actual command like when plugging like our socials. So like I have !Morniiing, but then I also put !Morniiing in chat because I knew Corky would do. Like
Yep, that. I have I think a Chanzlyn in chat or a Lucky in chat, one of the two, and I know Bob also has one. But yeah, so the Corsair Custom Lab, we have been working on this, discussing with the teams and going through all the different ones for the last forever. I feel like it's been forever. And so this has been the hardest one to really hold back on, especially because of the amount of people who are like, oh, we really want a white K65 Plus. And so I'm just going to show real quick the two that I have because I really love and adore this. And then we'll kind of go through the custom lab web interface and just kind of discuss. So I got the Dreamscape, which is the one that comes with white. It's one of our 10 default options, I believe. I love the pastel colors. I think they're super fun. They're super pretty. It's one of my many aesthetics because I can never have enough.
Never.
And I also have the matching mouse. I do have the mouse pad behind me, but that's a little like unruly to try to showcase. Just a little bit. But yeah, that's one I have. And then the other one that I also have is the Celestial design, which I didn't realize until I was watching Bob do the unboxing, was that the Celestial design, I guess the default option is that it actually also comes on the white K65 Plus. And so it has such a different vibe compared to the one that I chose, where I chose to put it on the black K65 because I wanted a darker nighttime kind of vibe to it. Morniiing, what one did you get?
I went for the sci-fi light option. So I have pretty much an all white build, and so I kind of wanted like a full white setup. So I went for the sci-fi light, which has this like touch of red and gray, which I really like. But of course, the white K65, I was like, I need it because I love this keyboard so much. And then, of course, I also have the matching M75 as well. I got the white side buttons and then a gray scroll wheel as well.
The mouse is so cool. I don't think I actually really looked at that one before.
Yeah, it's really cool. I really like the sci-fi techie vibes with it.
Yeah.
I originally was like, I'm not really sure how I vibe with it. But I kind of like it a lot. So very techy. And then I'm using the mouse pad, so I can't really show it. But it is I like the size of it. It's a very wide coverage, which is great for me. And it's also just like a white mouse pad.
No, that's awesome. I The sci-fi one is definitely a set that I really enjoyed, and it's been fun seeing a lot of people talk about it because they also like there's a ton of people that love the sci-fi light. Like that one
Yeah.
just speaks to a lot of folks, and I think it also it makes me think of Starfield.
A little bit, yeah. The techie vibe with it, I can totally see how it could be. And it's the white, gray, and red. Oh, this is also very similar to like Starfield colors, so
Yes.
totally get it.
Wait, what did Corky say? All four of you got different CCL styles. Bob had the topography. Nettie went for the cherry blossoms. Yeah, surprisingly, I think when we all kind of figured out what everybody had, we all had a pretty big variety. I
Yeah.
know a couple of people also kind of did a mix and match where they got like a mouse from one set and then a keyboard from a different one to kind of see how the themes would play against one another. But yeah, I didn't really like realize until very recently that we all kind of got different sets, which I thought was really fun. So we get to
Yeah.
show you like actually different styles.
Yeah, it worked out really well. I mean, that's kind of like the whole thing with the custom lab is like it's to find the vibe that fits your setup the best, and obviously we all kind of have like a little different vibes or different reasons for one design or the other. So it just kind of worked out really well, which is kind of cool to see.
It is. I'm so excited to see what people are going to be doing with it. So this is going to be a very fun thing. Just to also state this at the top, this is at the time US only. So if you're in the US, the custom configurator is active and online. You're good to go and start creating your own and going from there. This is the website that I'm actually on, but more regions are coming. We don't have any dates. We don't have any information on that, but more regions are coming, and Morniiing and I will both be on top of it to announce that to everybody in both the Discord, the subreddit, and all of our social accounts. So keep an eye out. We'll make sure that all of you guys are taken care of as much as possible.
Yeah, definitely been taking note of that feedback as well. I know that's been like one of
Yes.
our top requested is more regions, obviously. So if there are any plans for other regions, we'll be sure to share that, make those announcements.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And like we said, we are always listening to your feedback. So if you guys want to see more regions, you guys want to see more options, like please post them on the social accounts, in our Discord, in our subreddit, all those things. Because then we can take that and be like, here is actual proof from the community that this is what they want. So we are paying attention.
For like actually like we have like documents where we compile all of that feedback and share that with the respective teams. So
Yes.
100% we're here and we're listening and taking note and sharing that with
Absolutely.
the right people.
Random question. As a font enthusiast, who decide? Oh, I have no idea, to be perfectly honest, on who decided our fonts. I know we have like obviously a design team and everything like that, but I couldn't pinpoint to the one specific person who chose what font. Let's see. Merrick is asking, I understand everyone is asking if the keycaps will be sold separately. If that does come true, will the keycaps be sold with a numpad keycaps as well?
Ooh.
We don't know. We do know that a lot of people have been asking for a full-size keyboard option in the configurator. So that's hopefully something that the team is looking into. That is feedback, again, we are relaying back to the team as well. If they do go that route, then I would imagine they'll have the option for you to be able to get your keys. Like if the keys ended up being something that you can buy separately, then, and we had a full-size option, then I wouldn't be surprised if they would include the numpad selection as well. But
Yeah.
this is all speculation. We don't know whether or not the keycaps will ever be sold separately, but that is feedback we've heard from a lot of people because we totally understand and get it. You know, you already bought the keyboard with a custom set and you want to just change out the keycaps. You shouldn't have to buy a whole new keyboard. So it's feedback that they're listening to, and we'll kind of see how that rolls out because I'm also in the same boat. I would also love to have more keycap options because the default colors alone, I'm like, I would love the dark cherry. I would love to have the respawn. Like, give me all of these keys.
Yeah. There's so many good keycap designs that it was really hard to pick like what designs that I wanted because it was like, oh, but I really want this one, but this one also looks really pretty. So yeah, definitely understand, especially people that already have like the K65,
Yes,
who
prior
may
to
want
this.
to who may want to like get a specific set. Definitely understand. So it's definitely feedback we have noted, as well as the desire for people who don't like the K65 form and rather a full size keyboard. That's probably our second highest request actually, is for a full size keyboard. And so yeah, definitely feedback that has been noted to the team. And obviously this is just the beginning of CCL.
Yes.
There's like tons of possibilities, whether different peripherals or even more like new designs. So definitely not the end, and we'll continue.
We're just starting. That was gonna be my other question for you, though. Is what would be the next like option you would choose from the standard 10 that we have?
Ooh, um, oh man, this is really hard. It's because they're all really cool, especially seeing them in person too. Um, I actually really like Respawn. At
I do
first, I didn't think I
too.
would enjoy it a lot, but I actually like the color combinations of the pink and the purple. I've seen a couple of our influencers who did get this set in person, and it came out really good.
Oh, I'll have to check
So
this out. 'Cause
yeah, it's really pretty. So I think maybe that one, or it's a close tie with Dreamscape, honestly, just because I love. If it's in blue, I have to have it. So Dreamscape was definitely a close second choice for me. It kind of reminds me of like the Dune covers. I think there's like a special edition of Dune where it has a very similar like color vibe. But that's kind of like the vibe that I get with it. So that was a close option.
No, I was telling someone that too. It's like part of the reason I also like Dreamscape is because it makes me think of Star Wars. Like,
Mm. Oh, yeah, the Tatooine
yeah,
sunset.
yes.
Oh yeah. Now I really need that one.
I mean, what is Star Wars but like Dune but fancy? So,
It's true.
okay, so let me check up a chat, see what questions they have.
Mhm.
What type of keycaps are they again, and will they fit in other keyboards? So I know that the keycaps, they will fit other 75% keyboards, but you have to make sure that it's the same layout because the thing
Mhm.
about 75% is that because they have to change the way the shape of the keys are, that certain keys are very much different sizes and 75% can vary from different companies and things like that. So
Mhm.
it's especially like the enter, shift, and control keys are the three that can vary in shape.
Mhm.
So as long as the shapes are pretty much the same, and obviously the internal side of what the keycap looks like, you should be able to fit them on other keyboards.
Mhm.
As for what they're made of, Morniiing, do you recall? Because I did, but then they asked the question and I forgot.
It just flew out of my head. Yeah.
This is why I was a terrible test taker in high school. As soon as they asked me a question, I was like, I know nothing.
I believe they are PBT, but do not quote me on that. I am double checking to see if we have that information.
No worries. You take your time. Let me check what else there was. You feel like knowing all the color options will be a Corsair trivia? That's such a good
one.
point. I'm going to pass that on to the mods. Thank you. For those who don't know, in the Discord, we do a Corsair themed trivia once a month. And whenever you win, you do get like extra XP for it. You get a specific like you get a title, a rank in there that shines, and you get to choose your own color and everything to stand out against everybody to show that you know everything. Hawk has been our champion for 3 months now, and so we need to dethrone him. So if you know your Corsair knowledge, you should join this trivia so we can overtake him.
Yeah, that's crazy. Congrats to Hawk, though.
I know.
3 months. That's pretty good.
Hawk knows so much. I was just like, do you secretly work for us, actually?
He's like studying the Explorer articles.
Pretty
just
much.
to make sure.
Let's see. Lucky blinked. I think that's its help. See, I can't do anything with this community.
Can't even exist.
Just blinking. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Mhm.
Let's see. You like the black and yellow? Interestingly enough, black and yellow has been pretty popular with quite a bit of folks. Like, I know people even liked our limited edition M75 Airs bundle that came out with the neon yellow mouse. A lot of people really liked it. And I'll be honest, I'm a sucker for neon colors. So, of course,
Mm.
I like it, but I'm biased. So that's why I don't like say too much. Okay, so let's just go through the configurator real quick. We're not going to spend too much time on this purely because, one, I think it's fun if you guys are able to just go to the configurator. As I mentioned, you can type !Computex into chat and it'll bring up the articles, and it'll also bring up the Computex website for us. And the very first one, you click the learn more and it'll take you right to the configurator. The configurator, as I mentioned, it is US only at this time, but you can you hop in there, you can see all the different options we have. For now, we're starting out with just the K65 Plus wireless, the M75 wireless gaming mouse, and then we have the MM300 in both medium, large, and extended. I said both, and then I listed 3 items, so don't at me. But we have 10 default options, and I'm sure there's going to be more options to come in the future. These are just like standard colors you guys can just pick from right away. You saw a little bit earlier, you'd click on it. It already customized everything, and you'd just go ahead and check out, and that'll give you everything that you need on that end. Otherwise, you can go through and click on the individual products and be able to customize them as like with the different options and colors that we have. So the K65, it is just black or white. Whereas the M75, you actually have a few more color options. I won't lie, the way I was really tempted by this purple, because purple is my favorite color. It's fantastic. It's fabulous. But yeah, if you just want solid colors, you get to have the different options and the different bases. And then from there, you can switch to the faceplate and actually choose the different options and designs that we have. So you have the standard default ones that you can choose from, and then you have just solid colors as well. So people really have a lot of flexibility in terms of what it is you can do.
Yeah.
I think it's super fun, but because like I said, I don't want to go too detailed into it, because the other thing is, Morniiing, aren't you going to be messing with this on one of your streams?
I am. So on Monday, actually, this is a sneak peek because I haven't really announced it or anything, but we, for the first part of the stream, I will be going through the configurator, and chat will be voting on the different customization options. We're going to build a bundle together, and we're going to give away that bundle, and I'm also going to unbox it when it shows up. So we'll actually order it and take a look and see how it looks in person. So I hope chat does not grief me on my design options, because you could have the chance of winning the same bundle as me. So yeah, so definitely hang out on Monday. I believe that will be 11 a.m. Eastern. And yeah, so
Monday
it's
mornings
another
of
chance
morning.
for people to win. Yeah, Monday mornings.
Yeah, no, I think that's going to be such a fun stream. The absolute chaos that the audience can lead you down is always a fun time. I remember there was one game that I played where I was designing my character at the beginning, and I let the audience choose, and that was either a poor decision or it was a great decision. It's up to how you want to feel
Depends who you
about
ask.
it. I can't remember her name. I think was like Squirrel Titan, I think is what like the audience decided. So that was just like what, you're walking around and people would talk to you and be like, Squirrel Titan, I need your help. And I'm like, oh no, I forgot that's her name. So I'm definitely going to be there because I would love to see what the community decides for the design. And I think that'll be also just such an exciting giveaway that somebody could have a matching set with Morniiing. And who wouldn't want that? How long did it take for character customization to be voted on? You suspect CCL will take something similar? The way I did it was I used the Twitch poll feature. So I let people have about a minute to throw ideas into chat. And then from there, I picked like the top 3 and made it into a poll for people to select if it was taking too long. There was some times where people just quickly unanimous. It's like, no, it's that one. It is definitely that one.
The hive mind.
Yeah, the hive mind just takes over. And I was like, okay, cool. So it really comes down to just how picky people are getting. Now that we have a custom configurator, it'd be cool to have our names printed onto the mouse. There have been a few people that have asked if there will be the option to be able to add text in the future. And I haven't heard anything, but that's definitely feedback I'm going to be sharing, because I think it would be cool if you get 12 characters to put on your mouse or something like that.
Yeah, like on the mouse pad or somewhere on the mouse,
Yeah.
kind of like where it says like M75 or the CCL logo, just like something on the side.
Right?
Kind of cool. I didn't even think about that. That's really cool.
That'd be such a cute little gift for people too. Be like, oh, here's like a custom set I thought of you and made for you. I'm like, oh, that would actually be adorable. Not gonna lie, I kind of want us to pick the most mismatch options for chat to build.
That's what I'm expecting. But also remember that you will also like have the chance of also getting that same bundle. So
The way...
it's not just me that you're putting this pain through if you pick something really weird, but
oh, that would be so funny. I can only imagine the attempt at trying to match an aesthetic to the chaos of that.
yeah. I'm just leaving it up to chat to build me something.
Possible license IPs added in the future? Maybe. I mean, I don't know, but maybe. That would be pretty cool. So we'll have to see. We'll see. Okay, so that's a little bit about CCL and just the general highlights that I wanted to share with you guys, because this was a super fun product and I'm really looking forward to seeing what everybody does with it. So on that note, let's hop on over to the next thing that has that we announced. Oh, sorry about that. Let me adjust this. Oh, so I have both of my keyboards sitting on my desk, and I have the one that's not plugged in and not turned on in front of me first. So I keep like trying to type on it and move things around. I'm like, why is it not doing anything?
Oops.
It's fine. I'm totally awake. I said 10 a.m. was fine. Okay, so I realize I have the streamers up, but I didn't mean to have that one up. We're supposed to talk about the AIO first. So let me grab that. There we go. Okay, AIO. This was the thing that we thought Corky was hinting at when Morniiing said, oh, keep your eyes out for the cool stuff we're announcing. And here it is. Here's one of the cool things. It's a cooler. Updating and blocking out anything on your schedule on Monday. Oh, heck yeah, Merrick.
Let's go.
Looking forward to see you there. Your coffee needs more RGB. I just need more caffeine in general.
Just in general.
Is it a good thing that there's no such thing as too many keyboards?
I think so.
If it brings you joy, why not have so many of it?
Yeah, I posted a photo on the Corsair Twitter of all of the keyboards that I have currently in my possession, and it's maybe a lot, maybe not enough. Who's to say?
Maybe. There was actually this clip that I love to reference a lot, and it was from Marie Kondo, like her early days. And for those who don't know about Marie Kondo, she's just someone who's really like successful in terms of how she organizes things, learns to get rid of stuff and things like that. But what she really encourages is for you to find the joy with the things that you have. And so someone was like, what if I love pens and I have like 50 pens? Is that too many pens? And she's like, do they bring you joy? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, then no, that's not too many pens. Like, have as many of whatever it is that brings you joy. And I was like, that is the greatest thing in the world, because that's correct. There's no such thing as too many things if it makes you happy. Saskia, if the mugs bring you joy, they bring you joy. I just... Listen, you don't have to attack me about my weird relationship with mugs.
It's okay. I feel like everybody has like something that they have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of books and a lot of plushies, and it's kind of a problem, but it's fine.
Same thing.
They bring me joy, so I'm keeping them.
What is this stream about? We are going over Computex, specifically all the things that Corsair has announced at Computex.
Mhm.
So we're just kind of highlighting the different products and things like that. The first thing was this Corsair Custom Lab, and now we are going over our latest AIO that we just announced, and it is the iCUE Link Titan RX. And so this is a fantastic cooler. There's actually been quite a few people who are in our insider program who've already posted their builds with the cooler and have been showcasing that in both the Discord and subreddit, I believe. So if you guys want to see more real builds from people in the community, I highly recommend you join both of our communities, whichever one you prefer to hang out. If you're more of a Reddit person, come join our subreddit. And if you're more of a Discord person, come join the Discord. But you'll see a lot of builds, and a lot of people will be able to share information about these different products. And it's been fun kind of seeing the new AIO.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always really cool with the insider program of like shortly after a product is announced, like the people that have been able to test it for a bit are like, oh yeah, this is very cool, or like show it off in their build. So yeah. I saw the question about the AIO does come in black and white as well. The cool thing about this AIO is it's a new pump. We haven't had a new pump in quite some time, actually. So the pump is powered by a three-phase motor, and it's combined with a cold plate. So it's optimized for like the latest generations of Intel and AMD. It's a flow drive cooling pump. The pump speed. I don't think we have that information just yet. Obviously because the pump is coming soon. We do have an Explorer article that I could put in chat actually that has a little bit more information. Let me grab that
Oh, yeah.
real quick. Yeah. It looks really pretty. I actually like the new cap design. And I really like the white color too. It's pretty well. Oh, thank you for putting that up on screen while I grab the
Yeah,
link.
definitely. While she's grabbing the link, just also a quick heads up to everybody. If again, I mentioned it before, if you type !Computex into chat, it'll bring up both the Corsair's landing page for where we have all of the announcements we've made, but it'll also bring up this sweet page that's on our Explorer site, which links most of the articles that we have out so far regarding all of the products that we've announced. So you can get more information about the different products there. You can kind of scroll through and see the different ones. But yeah, we have the iCUE Link, Titan RX RGB AIOs, everything you need to know. We have a ton of everything you need to know, especially about all of the latest products we've been announcing. So make sure you check Explorer often to see what all we've been releasing.
Mm-hmm.
You like to go with white, but your whole setup is black, so it's a no-no. I mean, panda builds are pretty popular.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I guess mine is considered a panda build. I have a black motherboard, but everything else is white. So it's like almost all white. But definitely understand. I kind of fell into the white builds, honestly. I didn't like set out to do a white build, but then all the parts that I was getting just turned out to be white, so you never know.
I feel like that's how it always is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like it's either you super plan for a white build or it just suddenly happens.
Mm-hmm.
There's no in between. You don't just gradually like, oh, I just got this part and here it's like no, it's one of the two. You like the fan cap? That was actually going to be one of the next things we were going to chit chat about, which
Mm-hmm.
I can actually pull up some of those images. So, the fun thing about this is that we have this new like cap design on this module, which I think actually looks really cool. I love the design that they created for this. It has the little like Y pattern, but it goes in almost like a fractal design the way it goes in. So I'm just like, this is actually really cool. It's almost a little like trippy in a sense, but in a fun way. You think Corsair's landing was a strat in the late StarCraft 2 meta? That's great. That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so here are the other options for what you can have on the Titan RX RGB. So if you didn't want to have this, we actually made it so you can customize it with a couple of different options. We
Mhm.
have the standard LCD option that a lot of people have really enjoyed. I think the Pedro meme has probably been the most popular one I've seen. And for those who don't know what the Pedro meme is, it's just this cute little raccoon that's like bouncing and he just goes around in a full circle.
Mhm.
So he's perfect for the LCD screen.
Mhm.
For those who enjoy just having a really cool system in every sense of the word, there is the VRM fan. A lot of people in the Discord have actually talked about it the other day. They were really excited. They think it's going to be super fun, and it does, in
Yeah.
fact, add some extra cooling. So
Mhm.
it's a great little addition if you just want to have a little bit more airflow and cooling going on within your system. And then we have the groove, which is also, as I mentioned, we have this Y pattern. So you can see that the white pattern still carries through, but it adds just kind of a fun texture to the colors. So if you want something a little bit more simplistic, that's not necessarily going to require you to set up anything with like an LCD screen,
Mhm.
the groove might be something you guys want to look into.
Yeah.
I actually really like the groove. I think it's a fun, as I was telling Morning when I was writing up my announcements, I was like, they're just fun little guys.
They're just fun little dudes.
What more could you want? What more can
Yeah.
I tell you?
It's a little guy, you know. He's very very groovy, groovy looking. Um,
You
I
and
was gonna
Corky's.
mention. Oh yeah, I was gonna mention with the all these different caps. They are using our cap swap modular design, which makes it really easy to pop them on and off the pump for the AIO. No tools required. You just pull it off and slap the other one on. So very easy, very quick. So in case you are like, say you have the LCD and you're like, not really feeling like setting anything up on that as much anymore, you could swap it to the groove cap, or maybe if you are wanting that little extra VRM cooling, you could pop on the VRM fan with no problem. So super easy peasy.
Yeah. No, it's super fantastic. Like this
Hmm.
makes me want to plan for this for my next build just because I like the idea of switching things up. Um,
Yeah. Hmm.
I'm definitely someone who changes my aesthetic probably once every couple of months, if not like
Same.
seasonally. So having the option to be able to update the just like this piece so simply and so easily is brings me like great serotonin.
Hmm. For sure.
What is the price gonna be? I think it's like $30 right
Um,
now. Am I making that up?
the
Oh no.
caps. So the group one is only 14.99
Oh
US dollars.
yes. It's the
Um,
fan that's 30.
yes, yes.
Yes.
It's just currently not available. So if you are interested in the fan also does come in black and white. The groove cap is just a clear cap, so there's no other color options. But if you are interested in the fan, you want to hit that notify me when stock to be emailed once it's available to purchase.
Yes. Oh, how much is the AIO? Okay, so um, it's coming soon. That's as much as we can tell you at this time. You just kind of have to keep an eye out. We will have a separate announcement for it because this is, one of our nicer products that we've announced. So
Hmm.
we're going to have more information about it as we get closer to when it'll be released. And about then is when we should be able to get an idea of price and everything to be able to share with you guys. Can one 3D print a cap for oneself?
Ooh.
Maybe?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, but I feel like that could be possible because it's a pretty simple design. Um,
Yeah, we definitely need to check in with the PM on the possibility of that. The only thing I can think of is because it's like a heated element in case of like melting, if it's safe to even put
right.
any kind of 3D printed design on
Yeah,
it.
that's such a good point because the different
But
plastics do have different heat levels.
yeah, but it would be really cool. But we'll definitely need to double check. We're obviously our whole theme with Computex this year is about customization. 3D printing. We do have that for like the Dominator titanium toppers. You can 3D print your own designs for those sticks.
Yes.
But it would be cool if the cap swaps you could 3D print like your own design. I think with the older AIOs, that was like an option that people were doing with the I think it might have been the Elite Capehlix AIOs, where people had like 3D printed their own little custom design to go on top. So I will need to double check.
Yeah. Kevin Knight says it's cool at where the cap points are. It's not with the LEDs. So theoretically, I could see that it could be fine, but we'd have to check to make sure that the heat truly wouldn't be an issue, because the last thing we want to do is give you guys false information. So
yeah,
theoretically, you might be able to 3D print, but we don't know for sure because we have to check with the team if there's any concerns in that regard, because we don't want to promote anything that'll cause problems for anybody. Will the AIO be US only like CCL? No, 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 no. Oh my gosh, no. CCL is only US for now. We definitely have plans in the works to make it more regional availability. So just kind of keep an eye out for CCL. So, but no, the AIO is not US only. I promise. Okay, and so just kind of on the note of the caps from adding more fun customizations to your PC, we obviously have to talk about the light strips.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say, while you're pulling that up, I know a lot of people have been with the whole like iCUE Link ecosystem. One of the questions that we got a lot of the times was people talking about like their original light strips and the LC100s and the compatibility with that with the iCUE Link ecosystem. Now with the LS Aurora strips, as they are called, you can integrate them with the iCUE Link system or ecosystem. There is an adapter that comes with the strips that actually allow you to plug in legacy 3-pin devices such as your LC100s. And actually connect them into the iCUE Link system, so you don't have to use the old ecosystem's controller, and it'll seamlessly connect, which is really, really cool. And they're really, really pretty. I think we have some photos as well of the cable in builds too,
Yes.
that we probably will go through as well. But yeah, the PSU cable especially, it's very, very cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited about these. This is the one that I was telling you guys earlier in this podcast that someone was like, "Oh, I wish Corsair would make their own like streamer cables, PSU cables." And it's like, "Yeah, I wish that too." And everybody was like, "Are you confirming that this is happening?" I was like, "Why would I agree. I just agree."
I'm just sharing my feelings. I'm not alluding to anything.
And then here we are 2 days later. It turns out I was alluding to something the whole time, but I didn't intend for it to be that way. The really cool thing that I love about these cables too is the fact that they are clip-ons. So you don't have to like remove your existing PSU cables to try to add these on and, create a whole mess of a system. Like, personally for me, the PSU is one of the harder things to upgrade when you're building a PC or when you're just trying to upgrade parts because of the amount of cables that are there.
Yes.
So the idea of having to unplug those cables just to plug in something for aesthetic reasons, I was like, I don't know if I could do it. I'm usually about aesthetic, but I just don't know if I could do it.
It's a lot of effort.
It's so much effort. And so the fact that these are just clip-ons, I'm like, this is so exciting. Like aesthetic it shouldn't be difficult, at least not often. But yeah, no, a lot of people are super excited about these. As I guess I didn't mention this at the beginning. So a lot of the products that we're talking about today don't necessarily have a date just yet. These are just products that we are announcing now, but will be coming soon. So the light strips and the cable strips are not available at this time, but again, we will be making announcements for these because we know these are products a lot of people have been asking for. So yeah, I'm very excited. I think they're just fun. They're very pleasing. They are, I'm just excited to see what people are going to do with them because I've seen some really cool stuff with just light strips. So I can only imagine what the community will be doing.
Yeah. Kevin asked about the 24 pin as well as a 3x8 pin. So the cool thing with these cables is you can link multiple strips together to fit even smaller cables like an 8-pin EPS cable or up to a 24-pin cable as well. They are I think each pack comes with two 200 millimeter strips, so you can kind of see how wide they are on their own, but you can link them together and clip them together to cover those larger cables. As well, the cables come with a couple different styles of cable clips. So it can clip to a variety of cables if you have like individually sleeved cables or the large sleeve cables or just plain rubber cables. There will be clips available. So it's a universal fit for whatever cables you have.
I just This is just so fun to hear about the different little things that people really considered when it came into designing these
Yeah.
products. So
Mm-hmm.
it's it seems like it's such a simple product, straightforward. You're like, okay, there are lights that I can add to my PC, but it's like, no. They put a lot of effort into being like, okay, people have different PCs, different builds, different
Yep.
styles, and so they put a lot of work into making sure this is as compatible as possible with a lot of existing computers and things to come. So
Yeah. I mean, the cable itself is also ARGB, so you don't necessarily have to use iCUE to control the lighting options, but you can. It does come with a 3-pin iCUE connector, but there's also a included motherboard adapter, so you could just plug it into your motherboard as well for ARGB. So even more like thinking about uh, options and being more accessible to different types of builds.
yes, I think that's fantastic. Okay, so but on that note of like different types of builds, we have to talk about the cases that we released. So
Yes.
we have two new cases that we announced. I'm like one of them I've been a fan of because I just knew that it's been coming for a minute. The other one, I am just in awe about it because it's just so massive. Yes. So we announced the 3500X and the 9000D. The 3500X is a continuation of the fishbowl cases that we've already announced, the
Mm-hmm.
2500 and the 6500. This one is kind of the in between. You obviously, it's a slimmer build, but it still gives you the beautiful display. This is a case that a lot of people in the community have already talked about being excited to get.
Yes.
And so I'm very excited for it too. Um, to be honest, I was leaning towards the 2500, but I'm kind of now leaning towards the 3500 for my next builds just because this is the kind of aesthetic I've always liked, and I think it'll fit better on my desk because
Mm-hmm.
I am a very cluttery person. So,
Yeah, the 2500 is a little bit it's kind of wider as well as smaller. So the 3500 is more of like a standard size and shape, just with the glass wraparound look. So it's really pretty. And I've seen also a lot of people on social who really think this case looks really pretty. I mean, I really like this photo a lot, especially because it's an all-white build, so it looks really, really good. But I like bringing the fishbowl look
strong one.
to kind of a more standard size. Um, One thing I was going to mention is it is compatible with the reverse connector motherboards, which I believe
Yes.
that build and that photo is using. So if you are interested in one of those reverse connected motherboards, this case does work for them, like our 2500 and our 6500 cases as well.
Yeah. No, it's a fantastic case, and I think it's going to be just a really great one for a lot of new versatile builds. So
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to what people are going to be doing with it.
Hmm.
Options, options, options. So many options.
So many. Yeah.
And then, so this is actually a video from Nick on TikTok. So if you go to our social accounts, because I think you just posted this on our social as well.
Yesterday, yeah. So it's on
Yes.
TikTok as well as on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as well. So,
Yes. I
yeah,
accidentally
go
saved it
through
into
it.
here. I would play it, but it's a little streaming. a video, it gets a little goofy.
A little weird, yeah.
So prefer
So,
you guys just go to our TikTok account or our social
oh yeah,
accounts so you can watch
it's on
it.
YouTube Shorts too. We're on YouTube,
Aye,
so it is also available
it's
on YouTube
perfect.
Shorts if you wanna. That's for the 9000D for a closer look. He also has one for the
Yes, I wanted to.
3500X.
I'll have to find. I
Um,
thought I had that photo, but I think I grabbed the wrong one. So
mm.
we have just this one. But it's okay. This one still does a pretty good job at giving you the overview and style of the
Yeah.
3500X.
Yeah, so he does have a we will be posting that 3500X on the other socials a little bit later today, but that
Yes.
video is also on TikTok and YouTube Shorts if you want a video closer look at the case itself.
Yes. But on that note, we'll go ahead and talk about the 9000D.
Woohoo.
This is the case that I'm just in awe of. Like, I'm
Yes,
pretty sure we've seen this case when we were at
we
the
have.
office. Yes. And
Hmm.
I was like, wow, that's a really massive case. And I've seen cases this size multiple times when I've gone through like Micro Center and things like that. And like, these are just such massive cases. But
Hmm.
pictures just don't do it justice until
No.
you see this build where it has 4 pumps in it. It has 2 motherboards. It has, I don't even remember how many fans are in here.
I think he can fit up to 21 120 millimeter fans. I think there's 21 in that, or maybe there's not 21 in this build specifically, but it can fit up to 21 120 millimeter fans, which is
It's
crazy.
so many fans. I was just like, I can't believe it. This is ridiculous. And
Yeah.
I used to think that these kind of cases were just for people who wanted to have just a ton of storage and, create a bunch of storage bay, which you can do, but
Mhm.
it didn't really cross my mind until I saw this build that I was like, oh, 2 motherboards. Just
Yeah.
have 2 PCs, because there are, a lot of content creators who have a streaming PC and then they have their gaming PC. And it's like,
Mhm.
why not just put both of them in one case? Like,
Mhm.
it just makes so much sense.
Yeah. It being a successor to the 1000D, which also was a dual PC case,
Yes.
makes sense to keep that aspect that a lot of people actually really enjoy. On top of the fact that there's just like an insane amount of space to build whatever your heart desires. I'm really excited to actually see the kind of like updated 1000D builds that come out of the community with this type of case.
Yes.
And I really love that the team put together this Hydra X build just to kind of show the insane amount of stuff you can do. I mean, for
Four.
that's like it's just crazy to like look at the build and look at photos. To comprehend like the amount of fans, and you could fit up to for radiator support. We do offer up to, or we support up to 480 millimeter radiators, so you could really fit anything in this thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, the team did an excellent job with this one, and I've been excited for it for a long time because a lot of people have been asking for a 1000D refresh because it is a beloved case, and so was excited that this was coming out.
That's what I was
Mhm.
gonna say. I was like, it's so funny because I literally had somebody in chat like a couple weeks ago when I was streaming that was just like, oh, I can't find the 1000D anymore. I would love
Oh
to be able
yeah.
to buy another one. I was like, oh, I'll look into that and see what's going on.
And now there's a new one.
And now there's a new one. And so far, a lot
Um,
of people seem to be really, really excited about it.
yeah. One part that I really like about it, I don't know if you have a picture of it available, but the InfiniRail system, I think is
Haha.
really, really cool, and really helpful. Oh, there you go. Yeah, awesome. So, it just will slide out, and you can mount any 120 millimeter or 140 fans wherever you like within the railing system. I just like the convenience of it being able to just slide it out instead of having to like reach in there and try to mount something. It's super, super duper convenient, and I
Especially
really like
me
it a
with my
lot.
giant hands.
Yeah.
As big as this
You get-
case is, still not enough room for my hands.
yeah, no. So I really like the system a lot, and kind of wish we had it in more of our cases, to be honest. But yeah, it's very simple and easy to pop in and out.
We'll
So.
just bother the team. Be like,
Mhm.
hey, what about this case? The
Yeah.
system, but like in other cases though.
Let me keep. I love any kind of system where it's just like you can pop out the wherever you're mounting the radiators. You can just pop it out, screw it in, and then pop it back in. I can't remember which one of our other cases you can do that for. But yeah, it's very, very cool. I like the system a lot.
Yes. And this is just
Um,
one image I wanted to show to highlight the
the
difference in
size
sizes.
difference. It is huge.
You could fit this case in that case.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could put that entire case in there.
We're gonna have a game with that later. Like, what can we fit in the 9000D?
I want to know how many 2000Ds can fit inside. Like, probably at least maybe 2, 3. Like,
We
I
have
don't
to
know.
know for science.
It's pretty huge. Yeah. I see that Kevin asked about how many 140 fans and 420 rads. So you can fit up to 7 140 millimeter fans. And then for 420 rads, we have support on the front as well as the roof. So you can have two right there. There is a mounting on the side of the case. I don't know if we really have a photo that kind of shows it because the build, the Hydra X build kind of covers it. But there is a side mount for radiators. You can fit up to a 360 there. And then actually a 240 radiator can fit on that back port, which I didn't even process that because I have a 240 radiator in my build right now. And so the concept of just taking that and putting it on the back side of the computer is crazy to me.
That'd be so funny. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of cooling space. Because that was like a big aspect within this design is making sure that cooling was of the. I mean, with all of our airflow designs, obviously, cooling is top of mind. So
yes,
they did a really good job with this one for sure.
Job. I love it. Okay, so obviously for the sake of time, I'm just gonna kind of hop into the next topic that I know a lot of people have been just kind of chit-chatting about, and it is our racing rig.
Yes.
Let me grab some pictures real quick.
Mm-hmm.
This I thought was just a really fun photo. So the wall on the side is actually just like a wallpaper painting situation, so it looks like you're speeding through. But yeah, we officially announced our first racing rig.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty excited to see where we're gonna go with it. This is a picture of Andy Paul. And I think this is just, it's going to be so fun. Like, I'm not even a big racing person. Like, I've enjoyed my racing games in the past, but generally I play those in the arcade because you have the racing rigs in the arcade to be able to fully enjoy it in that way. And so having more options like this, I think this is just going to be so cool.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have been really excited. I've been seeing a lot of a lot of positive response to the rig. It's super cool. I'm also not like that into racing, but I know a lot of people who are into racing sims and know that the community is very dedicated. So I'm very excited for the team to kind of put their knowledge towards this cool project. It's super cool. I am excited to see it in person. I believe George, the PM for this project, mentioned that we will be potentially bringing this to Gamescom and TwitchCon.
That'll be fun.
So you have the chance to test it out. So it's really cool. And the fact, I think in the photo here, it has 3 of our, I believe these are the new Xeneon monitors, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But it can fit up to 4 monitors, which is crazy. If you really want that super, super immersed. Will you be able to mount a 57-inch monitor? I don't believe we have. I might have that information actually. Let me double check we have an Explorer article that covers it.
Oh yeah, you told me. I was like looking at my other article and I was like, I don't see anything mentioning of it. But then you're like, oh, we have Explorer. I was like, correct, we have Explorer, which if you want to type *Computex into chat, it'll bring up our Explorer page. That way you can see all of that good stuff.
Yes, it actually does talk about this. The basic simulator includes an onboard, onboard 100mm VESA mount for a single monitor from 27-inch up to a 49-inch ultra-wide screen, but you may upgrade your setup with a freestanding adjustable single monitor stand, which I don't think we have a photo of. which will support up to 65 inches, which is crazy, huge. So you
Oh, yeah.
will be able to support a 57-inch
57, just
monitor
fine.
with that. Yeah. And then it also mentions that included with the single monitor is an upper monitor mount supporting screens up to 34, so you can max out at 4 screens total.
So many different ways to customize your racing rig. So
Yeah,
you can truly, again, this goes to the theme of DIY and customizing
yes.
yourself. Like, this rig is meant to be in a way that you can fine tune it to your preferences.
I was going to mention you'll be able to even adjust like the position of the seat, the position of the wheel, the pedals as well. So it's very up to very involved within customization. There is a really cool video on YouTube if you haven't seen it yet, where we kind of do a quick video overview of our first step into sim racing that I definitely recommend checking out. It's very, very cool and very exciting. Yeah, it's also on the Reddit post that Lucky put together.
Yes.
So definitely recommend checking that out.
Everywhere.
Ooh, you can see it in this photo, but you do have the ability to mount stream decks to the frame as well.
Oh, yeah.
I've been told that a lot of sim racing people actually use the stream deck pretty often for different macros, which I think is really neat. So you can actually mount it to the frame, which is very, very cool.
I really love just how much customization options you already have with this, and we haven't even like revealed a ton of information. So
no, yeah, this is just a prototype too, so
More
it's
to
just
come.
kind of showing like what we are looking at and exploring. So definitely not where we're stopping with this at all.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder, does the racing rig have vibrations and G-force handling at all? We can't tell you right now. I'm sure that's more information that will come. I will definitely also pass that back to the team, so that way that's insight that they can consider as we continue to progress and announce more things about this.
Yeah, can't give away too much just yet. But yeah, there's quite a bit actually on this Explore article already. But
yes, but this is also just a perfect transition into the new monitor that we've announced.
Yes, I'm really excited about this one.
Are you going to get it for your white setup?
I'm thinking about it honestly. It's a little bit on the bigger side for me. So with it being I believe it's a 34-inch
Yes.
monitor, and it's also curved. I don't have a curved monitor set up. And I'm not really sure how I feel about curved, to be honest. I know some people really enjoy them, but it is very, very pretty. So it's a 34-inch QD-OLED monitor with an 1800R curve. I think it's 3440 by 1440. Very, very pretty. It's a panel, Samsung panel, actually, this time.
Yes.
So very, very pretty. This monitor will only be available in white, by the way. It's also our first white monitor. I know a lot of people
excited.
Anytime we come out with a product, if it's not available in white, the number one request is it to be in white.
Yep.
So we did get a lot of requests for white monitors, actually. So
here we are. I also just realized
very
that
cool.
This image is with the sci-fi light setup. So this is basically your
setup.
future.
This is quite literally, actually, it's literally my chair, and I have the white Stream Deck Plus, but I have different knobs. So
now you need to get the black and orange knobs. Like,
yeah,
they're telling
and
you
it's my
this is your
headset
design.
too. It's my headset, but with different ear pads and stuff. So this is almost my desk.
This is so funny. I love it. But this monitor is going to be so sweet, and I'm excited to see all of the setups, because there have been a bunch of people that do the white builds and white everything, and they'll send pics, and then they have like their black monitor. And there was already a couple of people in the Discord. They're like, "Oh, I'm definitely getting this white monitor. Like, there's no question." I was like, "Heck yeah, let's go." No, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to mention. I know some people were asking about. It is NVIDIA G-Sync compatible and AMD FreeSync Premium certified. It goes up to 240 hertz refresh rate. So very, very pretty, very cool. And the coating is a glossy coating. It's not matte. So I know those were like a couple pieces that people were interested in. So
always good to know. You prefer all black? Well, we do have some black monitors already.
We do.
So we do have both options.
Oh, one other cool feature that's with this monitor that I really like that we had on the 27-inch OLED monitor. It has the proximity sensor, where if you place your hand under the area where the buttons are on the bottom right side of your monitor, it'll pop up on screen like where each button is and what each button is.
Oh, that is
so
so
really
fun.
Cool. So you don't have to like mess around and be like, oh, where are the buttons and
I'll
what
remember
button
what
does
these do eventually.
Yeah. So it's actually very helpful, and a lot of people actually really liked it with the 27-inch OLED. So I'm glad that they brought that back with this monitor as well.
Yeah. Oh my God. No, that's fantastic. Can you turn it off if you go too close enough that your mouse hand goes under that corner?
I don't believe so. How far? I'm trying to see how high up the monitor will sit if you're not mounting it. It is VESA mountable. So depending on how low that you have the monitor, for me, how low I have my monitor, I don't think I would be able to like bump the power button accidentally. But I need to double check the activation range as well.
I apologize. I asked the difficult questions. Not at all.
These are questions.
Like I mentioned, like we both mentioned at the beginning of this stream, is that we're gathering questions and feedback from you guys. So we might not have the answer right away, but it's good to have these questions because then you can be like, these are real questions from real people who want to buy these products, who have interest in our products, but they need to know these things. So don't ever think you're asking the hard questions. These are great for us. We do take these back to all of the people that matter in terms of getting the information for you. Let's see. Is the monitor firmware upgradable by the user?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I was like,
I know that I believe the monitor is not compatible with iCUE, if I remember correctly. But that's about the extent that I know.
Yeah, I was like, I have a
regarding
feeling
the monitor.
Something that we'll have to dig around information for because I don't see it in my doc. So that's a good question. Again, we're going to take note of that and pass that on to the team. Because I couldn't find an image of it, and you can kind of see it in this little bit of the screen. I just kind of wanted to touch on it real fast. Was the i500. We've already announced it. The Corsair One i500, a lot of people have been talking about it, discussing it, and a lot of people seem to really enjoy it. And the thing about it is that it's coming out in a dark metal color. And so if you are wanting not the wood look, but you prefer the metal design, that will be coming soon. But I think that's the main bit I wanted to cover on that. And then from here, we have two more things to discuss. And the next one is the PSU. We just announced the SF1000. It's just, look at it. It's another little guy.
It's so cute. I believe, I guess a fun fact, that 9000D build is actually using two of those. There are two of them in that build. So yeah, it's a tiny little guy. But despite him being really tiny, like he packs some serious power within that form factor. So 1000 watts, like that's pretty good for your next small form factor build.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, compact, packs a punch. It's fantastic. I'm excited to see what people are going to do with it because, again, these are things that people just constantly ask for, and I know they're going to do some amazing things with it. We already saw two of them in the 9000D. Like, we're already on our way.
Yeah. I was going to mention that the other thing with this power supply is that it is ATX 3.1, or it has compliance with ATX 3.1
and PCIe 5.1.
Yeah, so very, very cool. In addition to the 1000 watt version, it will also be available in an 850 and a 750 watt variant. So this photo is just to show the size comparison between our, I believe this is the RMX Shift in white.
Yes.
So yeah, I think like 2 of these is like the size of that. So
at least, like, it's ridiculous how much they were able to fit into such a tiny little guy.
yeah, very, very cool.
Let's see. Oh, someone was asking about the AIO. They're asking if they can buy it fanless because they want to buy the Titan RX, but the fans are going to be left over. Oh.
Oh, no, we don't currently sell any of. I don't believe any of our AIOs are available fanless, unfortunately. So you would have to purchase the AIO and then replace the fans yourself. The fans come pre-installed on the AIO as well. So yeah, we do have a fanless option. So unfortunately, sorry about that. But
yeah. But it's feedback we'll pass on because maybe one day.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna the next thing we were gonna talk about after this was the fans. So I was gonna mention that the Titan AIO uses our new RX fans. So let me pull up my doohickey.
Do I only have the RS? I thought I saved the RX. Where are you? I was prepared, I swear. I don't have the RX fans on here. It's okay.
Oh no.
I think we have an article for it though.
We should. I know we have a photo.
There it is. RX Max fans.
Mm-hmm. We do have a photo from the event somewhere of it's an all black 3500X build using the RX Max fans.
Oh, sick.
So yeah.
Imagine the extra room in a 9000D using that tiny PSU. That's why there was 2 in that build.
Yeah, you fit 2 in that build, which is crazy. That'd be so hilarious. You like get the big case but the smallest power supply.
I know. Oh, there's so much room for activities.
Mm-hmm.
You can hear Mercy and you're like, oh, I'm glad you like it. She just went for a walk, so she's like really exhausted and just walked in here and just decided to breathe heavy on the mic for a second.
She just wanted to make her presence known.
She does. She's so funny like that. She's like, Mom, I went for a walk. I'm like, I'm so proud of you.
So with the RX Max fans, these are our 30 millimeter fans. So they're about 5 millimeters thicker than our usual fans, which allows for just better performance overall. The RX Max, I don't believe this article shows it, but it is available in RGB as well as a non-RGB version. So if you're not a huge fan of RGB, there is an option for a stealth version for that same performance, just no lights. And each of the RX Max fans do have are compatible with iCUE Link. They're part of that ecosystem.
Yes.
So each of them have the built-in temperature sensor, which I actually really like about the iCUE system. I like stats and data, so the fact that each individual fan, like it can tell which fans, the temperatures of each individual fans is like really, really cool.
No, I love that. I also will pull up iCUE Link and just randomly look at the different temps and datas for everything. I'm like, this is just so fun. I'm not going to do anything with it. I just enjoy looking at it. Why do you always sell 140s in 1 or 2? Why not 3?
It's a good question. I think because most of our cases, I think in the front can only fit up to 2 140 fans. So our 120 millimeters are available in 3. Yeah, it's a very, very interesting question. They're big fans. Like
They're
I actually
huge.
Grab it. I have the QX 140s.
Oh,
so
hey.
Like, it's a 2-pack, and they're huge.
Yeah, they are big fans.
Yeah. But yeah, totally understand that some people might want more than 2, just because their case can fit more than 2 in total. But
right.
It's similar to like the 120 millimeter where it only goes up to 3. Like
your 7000D has 7.
Well, yeah, another colossal case. So. Definitely makes sense that you would want more than just 2. but yeah, in that case, you would have to buy multiple of the multi-pack
Yes.
for that.
I realize we don't have an article for the other fan, but the LX fans. Those I just kind of wanted to touch on because, actually, it looks like you have a link for the article after all. Haha. But yeah, I mainly wanted to touch on those because those are the successor to the LL fans, which I know a lot of people have talked about, really enjoying and really liking. So I wanted to make sure we mention it and brought it up because these are fans that people still talk about and have been looking forward to getting. I think there's actually a couple people who are like, I literally just bought the LL fans. And I'm like, well, fortunately for you, you're still in the return window. So
if you want to make the upgrade to the iCUE Link system, like, there you go.
Yes. But yeah, out of everything we've announced, like we've announced quite a bit at Computex for Corsair. There's so many different things, so many different stuff. Let me go ahead and pull up the command into chat one more time. So if you guys want to see everything that we just talked about, the link should appear in chat. I swear. Okay, there it is.
It takes a second.
Nightbot's still sleepy. Yeah, you can click that first link. That'll take you again to our landing page that shows you all of the different products that we've announced at Corsair this year. Here's the example of the i500 with the metal dark look.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it looks really pretty. It's very sleek.
Yeah, very, very sleek and uniform. I know, obviously the one that is out right now is with the wood front, which is very, very cool. But not everybody likes that aesthetic. I totally get it. So having the dark option is great too. It looks very good.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to touch on really quick. I don't think you have the photos available, but at Computex, there is Origin is actually working on some custom panels for the i500.
They were.
Actually, they've posted about it on their socials, so you can take a look.
Amazing.
There are a couple different designs that they have on display. This is coming soon, so not a whole lot of information yet, but they do have some plans for some custom display options, including they have a cherry blossom one that is really, really pretty. Here,
I was going to say you can get one to match your custom lab set.
Yeah. Sorry, just double checking, but I just sent you the link to the tweet if you wanted to pull those photos up for them.
Marvelous.
There's also this really cool dragon print that they have that's super neat. So you can see the full display that we have at Computex. It has this kind of like galaxy print, which is really cool. There's the cherry blossom. And then the dragon print is really, really cool.
The dragon is really fun.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like a small taste of what Origin has cooking for the i500 if you're looking for more panel options.
That's going to be so fun. I love this so much. Just customization everywhere. DIY. Make everything you. Be proud of who you are.
Yeah. I love that.
I love it. Oh, this is such a fantastic one. I'm glad that we were able to kind of cover Computex and chat with the audience. You guys have gave us some fabulous feedback and questions and general answers of general comments on what you guys think of a lot of the things that we just announced. I'm so sorry if you hear Mercy heavily breathing. She just plopped right next to me. Mercy really wants a lot of things. The dragon in blue would look cool. The dragon in blue would look really cool.
That would be cool. I do like blue. So anything blue is just like...
Yes. But yeah, no, that's pretty much everything that we've announced. And as I mentioned, you can just go to our landing page and you'll be able to scroll through everything we just talked about on the podcast. There's more details. You can see what items are currently available and what items are coming soon. And anything that is coming soon, we will be creating separate posts on the social accounts in the communities for all this kind of stuff. So keep an eye out for more information. And then the last thing I also wanted to add for this was that a lot of the pictures we shared, I will actually be posting them to Reddit, just kind of a standard post. They're not going to be pinned to the top, just that way you guys can get more views of the things that we have going on at Computex. So if you want to see more, check out Reddit later today. I've already posted one yesterday, but I'm planning to do just a ton more random posts throughout today and tomorrow of all the stuff that we have there, so you guys can see more.
Yeah.
On that note, was there anything that you wanted to add in regards to everything we just talked about, Morniiing?
No, we've been covering a bunch of the stuff on our socials too. Like Lucky, we've been posting a lot of photos and videos from the event. So double check all of our socials at Corsair on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, as well as TikTok. And our YouTube shorts for videos and posts of all the different products that are coming out. And if you have any feedback that you want to share, those are also great places to
Yes.
share that. Or if you have any further questions, we might be able to answer. Definitely hang out there and let us know your thoughts on the different announcements and what you like the most. What are you hoping for more information on? We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we genuinely appreciate everybody's feedbacks and comments on the things that we've announced. So please absolutely let us know what you guys are thinking on any of the platforms and the communities, and we're happy to find you answers or to talk back to the the people that are helping create these products to be like, hey, we have questions. So we're listening.
Yeah.
So yeah, this podcast went a little longer than usual, but I kind of expected it to go more towards the hour and a half because we just had so much to talk about. So
Yeah.
I appreciate all of you guys for hanging out with us. Just as a reminder for everyone that we have multiple streams that go on 4 days a week now. We have Monday mornings, so that's when Morniiing will be doing her stream, and I think it's a fun, chill time. Like I've had a really good vibes. It's almost feels like a co-working situation for me. I can use her as like this person just kind of sit there chit chat. It's a fabulous time. We have Tuesdays with Nettie, who you've already met recently. She started streaming just a couple weeks ago, and she also did the showcase with Bob for the CCL on Tuesday. Wednesdays, you have that with me. I do a lot of just chaotic conversations, and you learn some really weird random facts, like things about koalas. And then Fridays, you have it with Bob. We all do giveaways. We all just have a variety of different gameplays. So we cover a good range of things. So you'll be able to find someone who suits the vibes that you're looking for. But otherwise, just come hang out with us. Come talk with us. We're always looking to just have good conversations, talk about PC DIY, general technology, and gaming all the time. And then, as you know, Morniiing already mentioned, check us out on all of our social accounts. And then for me, you can come and hang out with me a good chunk of the time in Discord and on Reddit. And speaking of hanging out, tomorrow is actually the Summer Game Fest showcase. So we will be doing that in the Discord. We'll be doing a watch party to just hang out and watch all of the games that are being announced. And then shortly after that, we're hopping into a game night where we're going to be playing Minecraft and potentially Helldivers 2, which I know are two very different vibes, but it's fine. We'll figure it out. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out with us. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. And if I don't see you or chat with you this week, I hope to see you guys in our streams next week.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thanks, Morniiing, for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Always a pleasure to talk with you and hang out with the community. And I'll see you guys on Monday for building that CCL bundle.
Oh my gosh, yes. Build that bundle. I want to see what chaos is going to ensue.
I'm excited. I'm excited to unbox it and for someone to be to have a matching set with me too. So
yes.
Yeah, we'll
awesome.
see you guys on Monday.
Thanks everyone. We'll see y'all later. Bye. Bye.